Hey, I'm back. What's going on? It's John Cam back with another video. In this video though, I want to discuss the differences between web design and web development. Now, of course, you know, some people will probably mistake web design for being a web developer. And web developer, I don't pretty much know if people would even think about what web development is besides, oh, they create websites. And the same thing goes for web design. You create websites. But when it comes to web design, it's not that they don't create websites. They create the design of the website. They don't necessarily do the development portion of the website. But of course, nowadays, a lot of companies are looking for designers that do coding, which, is kind of backwards. If you're a designer, you're just supposed to design the website and that's it. But basically, that's a designer. They do not really do any coding. When you generalize it as a position, then it's just they do the design portion of the website. And then what they'll do, they'll take that design and give it over to the developer. But before I get into that, what goes into designing? If you ask a question about what do you do to even get to a design when it comes to a web design? So a lot of people, from what I researched and seen, that they'll more likely do a sketch of the design first. But before you even do that, you have to gather some information about the website that you're going to create. So if it's a restaurant or a shoe company or it can be a hair design company, whatever it is, they have to gather information first. So that way it'll help the designer build the structure of the website. Then from that point, they'll build a sketch, whether they'll draw it out or either they'll make a high fidelity sketch inside of like Photoshop or Illustrator, where they actually do their real design work. But before you want to get to the design work, you want to do the planning first. So you got to gather the information, then plan it out by sketching a few different looks of the website or how you think it should go with the content that you gathered, and then go into the design phase inside of Photoshop or Illustrator. If you like to design in Illustrator, you can also use a program called Sketch and InDesign. I mean, there's probably a lot of other programs out there. These are some that I know, but these are programs that most designers will use to design the websites. Okay, so once they do the design, that's when they give it over to the developer. And also, you don't necessarily have to sketch. Sometimes I find myself not even sketching or planning out an actual website. If it's visualized in my brain and I'm ready to just put it down, start designing, you can go right on into it. I say planning is, a great way to make sure you're doing it the right way that you want to do it. But at the same time, if you got a good visual mind in your brain of how things should go, I say just jump right into it. It's a lot faster than planning it out. But it's always good to plan first and then do your work. So just keep that in mind. If you already have it in your mind and you can do it without having to sketching and all that, just do it. And then after, once you get that done and you do your development, do your design, you want to give it to the developer. So now the developer, which we're going to talk about now, is the person that actually codes what you just designed. So he'll take that design and he'll, code it out in HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, whatever programming languages he's using, and he will put it onto the World Wide Web, the internet, for everybody to see. And that's the stuff that, the stuff that people don't normally see is the code and all that. And a lot of people probably don't care about coding. I like coding. It's pretty cool. It's more fun when you complete something that's been giving you problems for a while. I noticed, once I complete, I'm so super happy that I was able to complete this. And it's just a joy to complete a project when I do them. But anyways, you know, that's pretty much what development is. He's just gonna code it. He's just gonna take that information you gave him, the design that you gave him, code it, put it on the web, and present it to the world. So those are the differences between the web design and web development. Now, when it comes to web development, there's like two parts of web development. There's a front end development and there's back end development. And I will go into detail with it. I'll do that probably in another video, but just know the front end is what you see and the back end is what you don't see. All right. Other than that, I think I covered everything when it comes to the differences of web design and web development, because, you know, some people don't know. You know, some people think that web design is everything, like you do everything, and that's not really the case in some agencies that I guess, you know, do websites. Some of them probably just do web design and one part do the development, or they have a designer that does both web design and development, and they may just call them a designer. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difference between the two. There's web design and there's web development. There's two differences. So with that said, I'm out until the next video, and I'll see you later. Peace.